The Seedling Diaries!
Welcome back to our last episode of the Seedling Diaries. I'm Nayli, and this is Hui An uncovering perspective of children's mental health among students and staff at Ngee Ann Polytechnic.
Over to you, Cindy and Shana.
I feel that mental health is subjective lah, but in my opinion I think it's knowing what's good for yourself and having a good balance between being sad and being happy, right? Because you can't be happy all the time, you can't be sad all the time. So I think it's knowing how to balance your emotions and knowing how to properly deal with your emotions, but do it at a stable condition where you're okay.
I think mental health, to me personally, it is related to our psychological and maybe emotional well-being. So personally, it's about understanding our state of mind, how we are doing emotionally or how we are doing psychologically.
My personal definition of mental health would be how stable your mental and emotional state is.
Mental health is like a brain health, actually. I think that when most people say that they got mental health issues, they really mean they have a brain problem. So when people say they got a mental health problem, please advise them to check if they have a brain health problem first. So before you go about diagnosing that you got a mental health problem, go and see that you're eating well, sleeping well, taking care of yourself, getting exercise, sunshine, and all those wonderful things first, and that would solve 90% of your problems.
I think it's when you prioritize yourself more and you take care of either your well-being, but to also just mainly find what makes you step away from reality for a while.
My definition of mental health is that mental health is actually on a spectrum. You can be very healthy and doing the right things to take care of your health. You can also be doing things that are not so healthy, and not taking good care of your health. But it is very different from somebody having a condition. If you change the word from mental to physical health, exactly we are talking about the same thing. Somebody could be physically healthy, right, taking care of yourself, to physically unhealthy and not taking care of yourself, and it's very different from having a physical or mental condition. So that having the condition is separate from that health spectrum.
I think how your mind reacts to situations, I guess, be it good or bad.
How one responds to things happening around them.
I think it's like being able to cope or
More psychological health something around the words of that.
Mental well-being and like what you feel emotionally.
A lot of self-love, that's for sure.
I think definitely it starts from different stages. So some of them come from parents, some of them can be from like teachers, for example, right? And trauma comes in different forms. So it can be either from family style, so like family type of violence trauma, but it can also be as simple as in terms of like when people yell at you, people scream at you, something like that, some simple like that.
I think these children would definitely need support from not only their family members and loved ones, but also members of society as well. Unfortunately, maybe many of their situations were probably hidden and not made known to the society, and therefore, even though they might be suffering, not many people knew of them. Yeah, and hence maybe not enough support is given to them.
Basically, children that suffer from like PTSD or like something traumatic that happened in their life before, and then like it had a great influence on them, so they suffer from it.
It will affect them in the future as well, because it's like a bad experience, then it might develop as well if they don't seek like counsel or like help from anyone. Yeah.
I hope that they get the help they need, and I hope that the legal system can come and persecute those who deserve to be persecuted.
Actually, I think that the term children with trauma honestly is becoming, I would say, quite common, because I feel that any emotional wound or any event that happened as a kid, right, if it's left untreated or unchecked, it can develop into some sort of trauma. It's quite heartbreaking that actually these kids are going through stuff, they are facing issues, then it develops into trauma. but I think it can be overcome with like the necessary treatments, like I think therapy or something. Then yeah, it's possible to treat these kids.
Probably that they have undergone the trauma because there are many transitions that have happened at home, or probably due to things that are happening to their parents, or changes that they have to make when they probably move from one place to another place, and or interaction that happens interaction with adults.
I'm quite indifferent towards people from like underprivileged backgrounds. I just treat them the same. I understand like if they have any like financial issues whenever we go out to eat or something like that. So I just make sure like okay, I try not to burden you. We go find something cheaper.
Maybe they grew up with like slightly more challenges than people who are privileged.
They would need support from family members, loved ones, as well as members of society. Their needs could be more varied. So we really need to understand what are their specific needs and probably customize to what is required of their needs and also according to their background and age.
I think children from underprivileged background have something that those privileged kids won't have, which I find very valuable, is that they have more of a hunger and drive to be better. Give an example, compared from those underprivileged people, they really know what it's like to suffer, so they would do very well to ensure that they don't suffer or their kids don't suffer in the future. So that's what I really like about underprivileged people. Yeah.
Kind of agree with what you said. Is that most of the time I think they really know how hard work comes in. So it really helps them because since they were born into the family, right? I think parents are like role models for kids. So they've seen their parents work hard to get what they want, and then it kind of inspires these kids to just work hard and put in their 100%, whether it be for school or any other thing in life. It gives them this determination and this drive that I think is quite admirable also.
They may not have access to resources. People from underprivileged background may not be poor. A lot of people associate that, oh, if you're underprivileged means that you're poor. No, that's not 100% true, because you might get funding and support from governments. There are different kind of poverty. They might not be getting enough resources as per the average people, but they might not be to that level where you are not able to meet your bare necessities.
They don't get as much opportunities compared to the more fortunate ones, but like I feel like those people work very hard as well, and like they go through more things than others would. So like their mental well-being, it's probably much stronger than an average person's one because they've been through more things.
Their experiences will be very different from like people with more like privilege. They meet different people around the society as well, like the people that they mix with. They'll learn to be more grateful in life as well as they grow older.
We have definitely gathered a variety of insightful perspectives on children's mental health. I hope you took away some new information from today's episode.
To always search for salient stars.
Sparkling Sprouts signing off.